Yo, welcome back to the channel. For today's video, we have 3 ways how you can use vehicles to get more kills, more cash, everything to do with vehicles in Warzone. Going to be specifically talking about cars and the importance of them. So method number 1 and tip number 1 is honestly just using cars to push opponents. One of my biggest formulas for solos and just generally improving in the game is to use vehicles to get aggressive. What you want to do, and this is just a formula I always use, okay, is car plus bounty. That's it. Just chase people. When you're playing solos, this is the formula to 1, get high kills, and 2, just to get better, you want to get as many, reps in as possible, as much experience in as possible of just fighting people. And I honestly think the best way to do it is just using cars to push people, okay? So method number 1 is just going to be simply pushing people using cars, getting aggressive, using your vehicles, and kind of just as you're approaching them, making sure you're being strategic about it, just the way you're going, the way you're maneuvering in the car, going left and right so you're not standing still, and kind of just being annoying. You want to put pressure on the opponents, and that's why method number 1 is simply using cars to push people. My biggest advice would be, if you guys don't use vehicles right now, or you do use them, regardless, I want to talk about like the importance of them. You basically get from point A to B so quickly, where if you think about Warzone, one of the biggest things is how big the map is generally. Like Verdansk, for example, it's a huge map. If you're on foot, you are going to just take so long to rotate. If you watch any player play and you see like any high kill game, I can guarantee you that I would say 99% of the time they have a vehicle, either a helicopter or a car. Like they have something and they're going to be using that mode of transport to get through. You can gatekeep people, you can kind of just do anything you can with vehicles. So that's method number 1, is just simply using cars to push opponents. Method number 2 is going to be running over opponents in the car. A little bit different. It's the same thing, right? You're still using the vehicle, but this is specifically running over people. And the reason why I think this one is just something to mention as well is just because I feel like this is something that's so easy to do, and it's one of those where you will know when the spot opens up. You will know when you can run people over, and it's basically a one-hit kill. When you run someone over, it kills them straight away. So it's a great way of like not really slowing down your momentum. I always do this when someone's out in the open, and it's just a nice, easy one to kind of mention. I thought I'll mention anyway. It's nothing crazy, but I feel like it's good to mention because I actually get a lot of kills while running people over. Most of the time, if you use a UAV, like I said, you want to kind of go left and right, and what you can try and do is you want to get past them, right? But as you get past them, if you can run them over, it's like a free kill, and if you just miss, you can get out of your car, but we'll get through that in a second. So that's why number 2 is simply using vehicles by running over your opponents. It's something where you can get a lot of damage off, get the kill without taking any damage. Just a great way of utilizing your car. The method number 3 is my favorite one, is jumping out of your car just as you're going past your opponent. What happens is this, right? When you're in a car and you're driving past someone, if you run them over, like we mentioned, great, you get the kill, but most of the time it's going to be a little bit difficult to run them over, right? So what you're probably going to do is you find like they're going to be looking at you. You want to drive at an angle, and then you want to drive past them. But as you're driving past them, you want to get out of the car just enough time where you can kind of find natural cover. And as you're seeing from the clips, they think that you're they think you're still in the car. So by the time they react to you, and especially think about it, your car is going left, right? If you get out, when you're getting out on the right, they are going to be looking left. Like they're still going to be looking at your vehicle. You have a free shot. So what I always do, my formula is literally, as I get out of the car, I slide backwards or sideways. I use some movement, and then by the time they react to me, I've already finessed, and I've already got the kill. It's just a huge advantage you have because you're the player that's getting out of the car, so you know when you're going to get out, right? So they have to react to you. And what another thing you could do, a small tip when you're using vehicles, is use your centering, like your crosshair, kind of line it up. So as you're going past them, again, you're seeing in the clips now, we're lining up our middle crosshair, we're lining up our centering so that when we land, my centering's already on them. And another thing is kind of using the cover. So there's times where I'll drive past like a vehicle, like a building or like a barricade, and I get out in a strategic position so that when I get out, I'm behind a head glitch. I think there's so many ways you can utilize cars. Another one is making sure when you get out of the cars, you're getting out on the right side of it, or you're using, like, for example, let's say you're driving straight and someone's in front of you. Don't just get out of the car while you're out in the open. Drive slightly left so you can make the car your cover. You see where I'm coming from? Like, imagine you're driving straight and then you move the car slightly left. Now, when you get out, you're going to be on the left side of the car. but you're going to have that whole car as cover, where if you just go out straight on, you will be out in the open. So the best thing is you basically have like a temporary head glitch at all times, and it's just a great way. Like, you can rotate with the vehicles, you can push people, you can get cash flow and get bounties and get aggressive. I just think that using vehicles is my favorite way, especially in solos. I think it's good anyways, but solos it's even better. And just another little tip for you guys before we end it there: if you can find a trophy system, which are very common in like just any like supply crates, any supply drops, like what, like, you know, care package or whatever, you can get so many trophy systems. Make sure you put that on your car so that when you're approaching people, and this helps with tip number 2, you have a higher chance of running them over because they think they're going to use their C4 or explosive, but you're actually able to kind of stop them. Great stuff to do there. Another thing is just using cars near buy stations. Just kind of when you're going around, one thing I like to do as well is when I'm using my car, I sometimes go to an area and I don't get out straight away. I kind of just reverse and go forward a little bit, and I use the camera. I move my right stick around, and you basically can like look for people and get information while utilizing the natural cover of being in a car. The only thing I'm worried about in cars is probably snipers. Most of the time, it's snipers are the only one I'm worried about. So one thing I like to do is when I'm driving, never drive in a straight line. Always drive left and right, just to make it harder for any potential snipers so that they can't hit you. And that's about it. It's really, really important to do those 3 things. So number 1 is just using cars to push people, get aggressive, get your cash flow up. A constant formula: UAV, bounty, vehicles, push them, push them, push them. And that way you can gatekeep people. You don't have to worry, you know, you're constantly able to kind of rotate. You're perfect. Number 2 is using your vehicle to run over people. Just a great and effective way of overall using your car. Easy kill, and you don't really take much damage because you're able to run them over, and you're seeing it. We get quite a lot of those. And number 3 is using your cars to push people and kind of just jumping out just when they don't expect it. So you're basically using that natural cover and overall using your car to its full potential. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys for another video later on today. Peace.